Is your blood pressure always elevated at a doctor's office or in a medical setting, but reading is normal at home? Well, you're not imagining things. This is actually a thing. Let me explain. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference between, I'm rushing to go to a doctor's office or an actual threat. So your blood pressure elevates. So it is a real thing. Your reading could be normal at home whenever you take it, but the minute you go into your doctor's office and they check your blood pressure, is high. And hi, my name is Anastasia and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. If you're new, come on in, make yourself at home. Here we talk about everything. White coat syndrome, white coat hypertension. You're not imagining things. There is actual data that shows that there are some people that have, in fact, full disclosure, I myself have a white coat syndrome. Whenever I go to my doctors, whenever I go, whether it's OBGYN, whether it's primary care, wherever I go, if I see anybody in a white coat, even though I wear a white coat myself, if I see somebody in a white coat and they check my blood pressure is always elevated. And I'm like, this is just me. I personally check my blood pressure at home. I don't check it consistently because I don't have a reason to check it consistently, but I do check it every now and then and it's always fine. So I always tell them I just have the white coat phenomenon, and as a provider, it's weird, but I do have it. So if you are one of these people, it's not, you're not imagining things. Just talk to your provider about it and you can have a discussion and see what, if anything they can do to help alleviate any anxiety or tension that you might have when going to see a doctor. What happens is that, the process of going into a doctor's office or a medical setting, rushing, dealing with traffic, getting the kids in the car, getting yourself in the car, pain, just the fast pace, everything else. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference between, I'm rushing to go to a doctor's office or an actual threat. And so doctors and providers are aware of this phenomenon. So that's why we don't just take one number, one blood pressure reading in the office that's elevated as, oh, this person is hypertensive. We usually take data, like a long period of time. So we will ask you to check your blood pressure at home for a period of time. That way we know what the consistency or the numbers are. If your blood pressure is consistently elevated at home and you come into the doctor's office and it's still elevated, then that's something. But if your blood pressure is at home are normal and then consistently elevated at a doctor's office, like every time, that's a different story. That's something that we will actually put into consideration when making judgment for the overall health of the patient. So the best way to check your blood pressure at home is find a quiet place, sitting down comfortably, taking nice regular breath, sitting down, making sure your feet is on the floor, and then do your reading. And do your reading different times of the day. So let's say you're trying to track your blood pressure for like a week. Check it in the morning one day, check it in the afternoon another day, check it in the evening another day, check it right before bed, check it right after bed. If you do exercise, you can check it right before exercise or right after exercise. That way, there's a range or consistency for your provider to be able to extrapolate good information from the data you're providing. Having good data is very important because then, the provider will be able to know, does the patient actually need treatment, or is this something that we can monitor for a little bit longer and see what happens with that. And context matters. If somebody comes in and they're like, oh, I've been very active this week. I was running, I was doing this, and I was only able to check my blood pressure whenever I come inside the house real quick and then I have to run out. If their blood pressure is elevated when they're rushing in and out of the house, then, context matter. But if somebody comes in and like, I usually check my blood pressure when I wake up in the morning before I get out of bed, before I do any activity, and the blood pressure is consistently high, that's a different information. So context matters, and accurate information, accurate reading also matters in making decisions. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up. Any comment or questions down below so we can all learn and help each other. Subscribe to the channel. We're still trying to grow so we can spread the information, good information, evidence-based information to everybody out there. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.